Your love. I go out every night and sleep all day. Since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. Run the game, y'all. I can see whatever I see. Eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing can take away the blues. Nothing compares, nothing compares to you. On the saxophone, Kathy Jensen, thank you so much. You planted in the backyard. They all died when you went away. One more try, everybody. About today. All right, now we're talking about nothing compares to you. Thank you for checking in with me. I apologize, I've been gone for a little bit, but I've been working on some really cool things that I think you all are gonna really love, and I'll get into that a little later. But today it's all about you. What's going on? Las Vegas, California, Atlanta, New York, Ohio, Chicago. Check in and let me know where you're watching from. I see the numbers are popping up. Give me a wave. Say hello, say hello, say hello. Now, today's show is going to cover a few of our stories that we've had in the past with some of our guests, and we want to talk about some actual just having love and understanding what that means, and I'm going to talk here just for a few minutes as I'm looking to see who's all chiming in with me. I appreciate you checking in. Now I'm going to try something new. I was told that I could press this little button here and I may be able to bring you on camera with me. So I am going to click this. Let's see if it works. We're going to click Raquel Hines. And I push that on there. It said it's adding. Let's see. Because I heard Facebook was starting to bring the person on with you. And if it happens, then yay! That means you all can see who it is I'm talking to or who I'm featuring, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, so it says it's adding, but let's check in and see who is talking to each other today and who's watching our show. We got Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Thank you so much for connecting. Raquel Hines is watching live, but it says she clicked in. Do you see me or I see you? Or something's going on there. I don't see how it's working. But we tried. I don't know if you can see me trying to look at you, but I don't see you. So let's check something else out here. Now, Sheila Cross, thank you so much for checking in. We have a special thing that I'm doing today. And what I want you to do is think about what is your flash from the past. So later we're going to go down memory lane, and I want you to click in and tell me what is memory lane for you. We got Matt Hart in the house. Jarrell Phoenix is watching. Thank you for checking in. Matt Hart, how many cameras you got over there? How many phones you got tapped in here? Tony Fernandez, thank you for watching. Look, it's always fun when I can come on and share some love with you all. Like I said, I've been gone for a minute. I've been working on a few things, and we have to do some extra things when you can't actually go on your normal studio and shoot. So what we want you to do is to, tell everybody that we are talking about it, and it is you. Nothing compares to you. That's what we're talking about today. Nothing compares to you. Now, like I said, we're going to figure out how Facebook brings you on live, and I'm going to check that out as soon as I can and see what we can do. Norvell Floyd is watching. We got a special story about him in just a moment, and his group, Ways of the Soul. Matt Hart and Matt Jr. are watching, and we have a special story about them as father and son. So as people are chiming in, we're going to keep the show going because I want to get a lot in today with our theme song, Nothing Compares to You. Deborah, thank you for checking in. Now remember, I want you to think back in your memory lane. Something that happened in life was great and funny that you want to share with us, or just something that it may not have been funny, but you want to share it anyway. Let us know all about it. Now, right off the top, we want to talk about the birthday babies for July. Yeah, birthday babies. Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, July babies. Oh, happy birthday to you. All right, that's all y'all get. So anyway, I have some family members that are celebrating their birthdays for July, my brother and some cousins and everybody. And happy birthday. It is always so wonderful when you see another year, when you see another day, another hour, and you're able to exude that. So if it's a happy birthday for you, great. If it isn't, make it happy. Because today, again, is nothing compares to you. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about our theme song, which is by Prince. So yes, for copyrights, I do not own the rights to this song, so I got to put that out there. But we are so happy for the music that Prince brought into our world. A lot of us grew up listening to him. Those of you that came along a lot later, you realize the empowerment that this artist had in the industry when he became an independent songwriter, music producer, an actor, and he lived his dream. That's important. He lived his dream. Okay, so even when it came to him changing his name to the artist formerly known as Prince. Well, hey, you do what you need to do to make it happen. I'm a big Prince fan, and Color Purple and Purple Rain and all of the things that Prince did was great for me, especially Compares to You, one of my favorite songs. Dr. Rick Jarvis is in the house. Tony Truitt, hey, how you doing? Now, earlier I mentioned that you need to tell me what is a blast for the past for you. What was something that happened to you in your life that you want to share with us? Put it in there, and we're going to talk about it right shortly here. Now, look, I've been gone for a minute, and so I'm just excited about being back and introducing to you some great things. And with that being said, I always give you your thought for the day. So the thought for the day for our show comes from none other than Ice Cube himself. And I want you to remember this. Even though there are days I wish I could change some of the things that happened in the past, there is a reason why the rear view mirror is so small. I'm going to say that again. That happened in the past. There is a reason why the rear view mirror is so small and the windshield is so big because you're headed to something much more worthy of you and important for your life than what you left behind. Everybody got that? That's real important. We're going to elaborate on that later. If you want to make a comment of what the thought for today is, please do so. Even though there are days I wish I could change the things that happened in the past, there is a reason. All right, you guys that are watching, please do not hit and to talk to me because then you knock the show off. Because you're interfering with the flow of the show. I love you though, but don't call me right now. All right. So anyway, woo, thought for the day. I know you probably know it by heart now. I know it by heart now, right? Just remember the rearview mirror is small. That's all the past behind you. Go into life moving forward as the windshield is big. And you want to know what are the blessings that lie ahead for you. Now, on our feature show today, we're going to talk about Matt Hart Sr. and Matt Hart Jr. Together, they are father and son, which is pretty cool. Father and son. Now, I want y'all to think about that for a minute, and I want you to chime in and tell me about a father and son that you know that are working together to make a difference in the communities and their families. And I will come back to that in just a second. Now, let's talk about our beauty buzz. Our beauty buzz for today is the Cantu. Ladies, Lori, Raquel, those of you that chimed in, we got Cantu products. The Cantu products is some really nice, yummy silk cream that goes on your hair. It's like a laminate. Little oily, you just pour it out, you rub it on your hand, you rub it on your hair. It goes on all types of hair. Afros, braids, extension hair, etc. You also get your coil cream, Cantu coil cream, and Cantu laminates. Yes, this is what divas use. I use it. I'm going to share one of my secrets. You know, I got to share my secrets. Eod, how are you, babe? I so want to bring you all on when it says bring you on camera, but that's not working on my page right now for whatever reason. And I don't want to click into it and have other things happen like it did a minute ago. We don't want to do that. So ladies, Cantu hair products for your extension hair and your human hair. Make your hair beautiful and shiny. You can find it at Walmart and Target, and the price is right. All right, so let's talk about our Dukes. You know, we have the Dukes and Divas. Stop calling me, you guys. You have to check into the show live. Thank you. Anyway, so Matt Hart Sr. I'm so proud of you because I know you. I've known you for a long time since you were a little bitty boy. And I've watched what you've done with your son, Matt Jr. Now, the two of you are not only singers, songwriters, producers, actors. You put together this phenomenal comedy called Father and Son. So the men that are listening and those of you that are sons, etc., I want you to think about a time that you said, hey, Dad, what about this? Hey, Dad, what about that? And, oh, Dad, did I do that right? Or, shh, Dad, don't tell Mom. All right. So think about all those kind of stories that you had and think about father and son. So Senior and Junior wrote these skits of comedies that are some of it slapstick comedy, some of it just straight out smack you up in your face comedy, and others you like, shh, oh, did they say that? Yeah, they said that because it's real and they don't shoot from the hip. But these two have gotten together. The show is on YouTube, and this comedy channel is dramatic as Senior and Junior do their thing. Now, they also accept ideas and skits that you can send in and contact them, but the majority of it is all written by them. Can you imagine a father and son getting together and sitting down at the dinner table and coming up with all these different ideas and laughing about what they used to do or what happened or something happened to Matt in high school? And he's like, Dad, I remember when, and they put it into a skit. We talking these videos, other people acting with them. It's really, really cool. So the current situation here in the world has prevented some of the newer footage to be filmed. But guess what? On Tuesdays and Fridays, check in. Now I'm going to tell you where you can find Father and Son. And remember, I mentioned to you, always have a notepad and a pen and ready to write something down. All right, let me let you get that real quick as I say hello to Jerome. Thank you for watching. Oh, there's Angelo. Angelo, you always check in. It's so great. Yes, I've been gone for a little bit, but I am back and we're getting busy. All right, so Father and Son, you can see their YouTube video shows, and their tagline is on Facebook.com, YouTube.com, Instagram.com, and Twitter.com. Father and Son. And it's Father A&D. Father and Son Talk. Isn't that cool? Father and Son Talk. Now, if you want to know what they look like, just go to our Facebook page at the end of the show, and there's a picture that's posted of these fine young men and what they are doing in their lives to encourage other fathers and sons to spend more time together, given that family ties, and answering some questions that some of you may not want to ask your son, or you may not want to ask your father. Check out Father and Son Talk on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Tell them I sent you. Yes? So in just a moment, I'm going to check in to see if Matt Jr. and Matt Sr. had a comment they wanted to make that they wanted you to know. If you have a question about Father and Son Talk, then let me know. Type it in because they are actually here and they are watching. Thank you for checking in. Now, Raquel Hines said, looking forward is looking into the future, and the big picture, looking back, is only a small part of what comes next. Yes, Raquel, thank you. She's checking in on what we said about the thought of the day. Now, as you all are watching, if you just tuned in, we said happy birthday to the happy birthday babies for July. We are now talking about our Father and Son Talk, which is a funny comedy show that is on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And Prince is our theme artist for today, and he is singing that beautiful song, Nothing Compares to You, and that opened our show, and nothing compares to you. With that being said, I would like very much for you to join me as I share a very special story with you in our Divas category. It's called The Bee Love, as in B-E-E, like sting like a bee, The Bee Love. The Bee Love is a story of a phenomenal woman facing a terminal illness through COVID-19 and some of the decisions that she had to make. So before I do that, I will say hello to Chris Humphrey. Thank you, Chris, for joining in. A phenomenal woman in the industry of education, helping our young people. Cece Spencer, the voice, girl, the voice. Las Vegas, you're a beautiful, dynamic voice. So ladies, I'm glad that you checked in at this time as I go into speaking about our diva category. And we're talking about the Bee Love, as B-E-E, like stung by a bee. The Bee Love story is about a phenomenal friend of mine who I'll call my sister, who was struggling with cancer for a very, very, very long time. And when you're dealing with a terminal illness, they say, oh, you have so long to live. And only God knows when you're going to actually leave this world. But man said, as in the doctors, you have 3 weeks to live. She lived 6 months. They said, you have 2 months to live. She lived another 6 months. Well, here recently, the terminal illness of cancer was taking its presence very strong. And as you all are going through this COVID situation, I want you to bear in mind this. It's a time to communicate with your family and friends. It's a time to heal if something happened between you and someone else. And it's the time to connect and unify. And the reason I'm asking you to do this is because there are many, many, many of us out there that don't have friends, that don't have family, don't have loved ones that they connect with, don't have that special person that they can lean on. Let's say that you know someone that had no kids, never got married, and marriage isn't for everybody and kids isn't for everyone. But their family were all the friends and the loved ones that were around them, the people they met along the way that they cling to, that gave them love and appreciation and acceptance. We talk a lot about acceptance. This acceptance allowed them to go through their life and be successful and give sprinkles back to others in their life. To be able to tell someone that you love them. And that's hard for some people to say those 3 words. I love you. I love you. It's 3 words that can either hurt you, devastate you, or make you feel like you're on cloud 9, depending on who said it and how they said it and the actions behind it. Sometimes we are faced in life with decisions. Should we do this? Should we do that? Do we actually continue to allow what someone says about us spoil us so where it doesn't allow us to move forward through that big windshield that we talked about earlier? Keep the windshield in front of you. The view is amazing because it takes you to your future. So the Be Love story, I call her the Be Love because like a bee, she floated around in this world as an amazing woman. And those of us that got stung by her, she made an impact on our hearts and how we looked at life and what we chose to do with our lives. I am dedicating my show today to my Be Love, knowing that she passed away this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And my heart goes out to her and her family, but also to her courage in which she had to instill in herself, knowing that she didn't have much longer to live, knowing that her life was soon going to end. What do you do? What do you do? You live your life to the fullest, whatever that means to you. Live it to the fullest, whatever that means to you. So as dedication to my beloved and her story of encouragement through the challenges of a terminal illness that is no longer, we send our love and our prayers. And thank you for stinging me with your beloved. You will always be in my heart as my sister and my dear soulmate, as an amazing, phenomenal woman who left your mark right here on earth. Angels, watch out, because beloved is going to sting you. All right, everybody. So you know I wear my little hats. I collect my hats. This one is Hugs and Kisses. Hugs and Kisses. A couple of weeks back, we wore the love hat. Does anybody remember what the love stood for? Living our vision of excellence. Living our vision of excellence. With that being said, now I'm going to talk about our next featured guest, which is the music group, The Ways of the Soul. You hear me talk about them periodically and say, oh, they're working on this music video, or hey, they did a Black Lives Matter video. They did a comedy skit. Now they have their debut album that's dropping July 24th. July 24th. The Ways of the Soul, new debut album called Faded Fantasies. Oh, I can't wait for it to come out. And I have already gone on iTunes and reserved my album, which you can do that as well. Go to iTunes and reserve your Ways of the Soul album called Faded Fantasy and support these young people that are out there putting their thoughts and their ideas on what they do to music and bringing that vision to you on film. Just a moment here. We're going to say hello to Tyra. Thank you for checking in. Angelo, I love you much as well. Evelyn, hey girl, how are you? Genevieve Jones, we go way back. I'm going to come back to you in just a minute. But the Ways of the Soul for young, empowered, talented artists. Corville, Mad Soul Child, Trinity, and yours truly, Norvell Jafloyd. Now, these young people are self-contained in this music group. Write, sing, dance, perform. Norvell does the filming, editing, creating the music, the sound, creating the beats, and everybody jumps in and puts their talents in and creates that energy and that sound you hear that's the way of their soul, which is pretty cool. Now, we're not talking about rappers here. These kids are more like the Black Eyed Peas. However, they have their own vibe. Now, you go to our YouTube page or our Facebook page, and you're going to see a picture of the Ways of the Soul, and you'll see who I'm talking about. I also featured them in my story. So my current Facebook story right now is The Ways of the Soul. Go to iTunes, check in, get your copy of Faded Fantasy. Now, what's really cool is that all the songs on the album are depicted in video. So they have the video, music video that goes with each song, but it tells a story. All right, so that's a music series, I call it. So you get your album, follow them on YouTube, follow each video that comes out for each song because it tells a story. And the stories are pretty amazing as they intertwine with each other. And that's why it's called Faded Fantasies. It's fantasy, I'm sorry. So Corville, Mad Soul Child, Trinity, and Norvell Jafloyd, I am so proud of all of you. Now, those of you that are watching, I know that some of you out there are doing some phenomenal, great things. And if you are or you're not, you will. So I'm going to put a plug in for these young people because I've watched them for the past year put together the Ways of the Soul and the group in itself, and how these two brothers initially started the music group, the Lost Brothers. They came together, put their group together, and then they feature different singers and different artists on their music tracks. And so Trinity and Trinity and Soul Child. We'll get his name all messed up. I'm sorry, Mad Soul Child. They've all come together and became what they are today. But what's amazing is what you see these young people do. They are singing, rapping, speaking, performing, acting through music. Music performance is amazing because music is the way we all hear things in life. No matter what it is someone says to you, it has a musical component to it. So Norvell Jafloyd, whatever that spirit is in you that keeps you moving, it keeps you constantly thriving for what's next, constantly thriving for this can be done, constantly staying in vision about your music, your films, and the people that work with you, the artists. You never forget them. You always reach back and say, hey, I'm doing this next. Come with me. Come with me. So those of you in the entertainment world out there that is watching, I challenge you to connect with them. waysofthesoul.com or njcproductions@gmail.com. N like Nancy, J like Joyce, C like Curtis, productions@gmail.com. njcproductions@gmail.com. Reach out to Nervelsia Floyd. If you are a producer, a director, you're an agent, a talent manager, you are someone that's looking for content. He has a whole portfolio of phenomenal content. And all these young people need is the next level. Will that be you that give them the next level to be simply amazing? Simply amazing. So I'm going to take a moment here and see who else has checked in as I give my hat off to Ways of the Soul, Corvell, Mad Soul Child, Trinity, Nervelsia Floyd, Hugs and Kisses, amazing talent. Keep the vision, keep the vision. And remember, fame doesn't happen overnight. And neither does, I don't know what this, you guys are like calling me. I've been at a show that happened where you were physically calling my phone, which is causing all this stuff going on here. So I'm hoping that we are still on and that we are okay. Oh, it's making the phone hesitate. Stop calling me. What is this doing here? Okay. Okay. So the screen has kind of cleared here. I don't know why. We're still here. We're still live. Let's see. With me. There we go. All right, you guys, stop calling me because y'all messing up the flow of my show. I love you, but I'm on live between 4:30 and 6:30, and if you're calling in, you're flipping out the screen. And stop it. Talk to me right here on the screen. With that being said, I wanted to stop for a moment because I don't know if you heard what I said or you saw what I did, but I said Corvell, Trinity, Mad Soul Child, Norvell, hugs and kisses. Stay focused, young people. And those of you in the entertainment world out there, reach out to these young people. njcproductions@gmail.com and the waysofthesoul.com. Get your reserve album today. It drops June 24th. iTunes. All right. So, Chris Humphrey, let me read what you said, sweetie, and thank you for your patience. I'm so excited to hear about your talented guests. Some friends of mine have performance and nonprofits and have fun with their nonprofits featuring young talent. Oh, wonderful. Young talented artists, the autism spectrum. I have to tell you more about it. Yes, Chris, please contact me at Mini Fox Talk Show and reach out to me and let me respond to you. And I believe you even have my phone number. Give me a call. Thank you so much for saying that. And we do support all different walks of various outreaches and nonprofits like autism, breast cancer, and domestic violence. Please reach out to us. Vanessa said, hey, cuz, what's up, girl? Oh, Sherry Gordy is watching. Hi, Sherry. How you doing, my sister? I'm so glad that you had an opportunity to tune in with us. We are talking about some great things here today. So stay on track with us for a little bit, and I'll backtrack and catch you up. Angelo, thank you so much for commenting here. You said you love Norvell and his group. Thank you. Derek Funderburk, an amazing model, an entrepreneur, and a fantastic father. Greg, thank you for checking in. Hello, Crystal. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm just going to backtrack real here. I hope I didn't miss anything. And I'm going to backtrack here in just a moment. Norvell Floyd has joined us in the room. He said, our dream is now a reality and faded fantasy. Watch the trailer of our new musical, Norvell. You can see this short film on YouTube. So today, when we're done here, go over to YouTube, check into Ways of the Soul, click subscribe, like their page, and then look at all of their work that's on there and the short musical film produced by NJC Productions featuring Ways of the Soul. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys. Yeah, that's great. That is phenomenal. Okay, so hey, Tyra, thank you for checking in. Yes, thank you, Miss Sherry. She said put it on airplane mode next time. You know what? I had it blocked, so I still don't know how everybody got in, but I blocked it and I'll go for the airplane mode. Thank you very much. Okay, so Chris says, see you later. Prudence Gamuts, thank you for joining in. Haven't talked to you in a long time. I'm glad you are doing well. Donnie White, hello, hello, hello. Now, when we started the show, we opened with Nothing Compares to You. That's you. That's you looking at me right now. And I wish I could see you all. I see all your pictures here and everybody looks good, but I wish I could just reach out and touch it, but we can't do that. But with that being said, my show is all about you. Nothing Compares to You by Prince started our show. We gave our happy birthdays to our July babies. For those of you that are all checking in right now, we had our Be Love story of a phenomenal friend of mine whose love story stung you like a bee, who passed on today. And we also had our shout outs to Matt Hart Jr. and Matt Hart Sr. Together, they are father and son talk, and they have a phenomenal father and son talk show that is on YouTube. And that's what we were talking about. Also mention what is our thought for the day. And our thought for the day came from Ice Cube. And he talked about how there is a reason why the rear view mirror is so tiny, because the windshield is taking you through to see your future and help you get many blessings. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, I wanted to talk about what your flashback was. I asked everybody to give me a little blast from the past. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to hit this song here. It's called That's 70s. That's a pretty cool song. That's 70s. I love this song. And to give you a moment to tap in and tell me all about what is your blast from the past. What is your blast from your past? Something funny that happened, something that you want to share with us today that happened in your life. My blast from my past would be the fact that I love being a little girl in Ohio and having an opportunity to run through the snow and make snowmen and snowballs and throw snowballs at each other, and then watch the leaves come in the spring and in the fall, and then have a whole bushel of leaves that you can throw around and play in. And when you live in the desert, you don't see the leaves fall as much. And when you are actually in the midst of the desert, like Las Vegas, guess what? We do get snow. People don't realize that Las Vegas is a four-season city. So we do get the snow in Las Vegas. So chime in and tell me about your blast from the past and what that is all about. I think our viewers would love to hear that. Your blast from the past. That's so 70s.
So build a foot and let me stay and let nobody move with you. Let nobody move with you. Let nobody move with you. Yeah, let my body move with you. Yeah, hey, let my body move with you. Yeah, move with
What happened to the good old days, y'all? Oh yeah. What were you doing 10 years ago? Chime in and let us know. Yo, blast from the past. Back in time. Back in time. We're gonna go way back. Back in time. What happened to those days? What happened, y'all? All right, I'm just having some fun here today. I wanted to give you all a little break from the unusual, a little break from the things that, we oftentimes take advantage of this thing that we call life. About those that can enjoy the things that we are actually doing. And that means some people don't get to laugh. All they see is pain and anger and frustration. And right now, in this day and time, people have lost their jobs. People have had so many unfortunate things to happen. So when you wake up in the morning, as we said, this is all about you, right? When you wake up in the morning, be grateful. Be grateful for every breath that you take, for every friend or family that you have in your life, for every time you can roll over and someone's there to love and care about you, for every phone call, every text that you get, every time you can reach out and touch someone, COVID or not, in your family, because you you got Skype, you got Zoom, you can talk to the person over the phone. And when I'm doing this show, sometimes it's kind of hard because I'm so used to sitting next to you on my couch and talking to you and laughing and slapping high five and everything. I'm used to doing that. So I'm making my adjustments. And again, I can see your faces as you're chiming in and you're looking and talking and you're saying hi and saying hello to Donnie and Utica. Thank you for checking in. It's important. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back. And we are making a difference in our communities and bringing our families and friends together. Now, before I close out the show, I just want to make sure that I have everyone. If I missed you, then chime in right now and tell me, because I'll be closing down in a little bit. But before I do that, I want to remind you that this cup here, remember I make these cups. So ladies, they come in pink and blue. Pink and blue. And remember, you can take the feathers off. It's so good. So ladies, you want a cup, let me know. I'll get your cup made. But anyway, with that being said, I'm saying, think about the things you are creative in while you're home. You got laid off. You got fired. The job's not there. You're looking for work. You're trying to make things happen. Well, take a little time to yourself too. And what are you creative at? What do you know how to do? What are you creative at? Figure that one out. Figure out what are you creative at. And if it's someone that you know that's creative, then get involved and help them. So just a flashback. I want to talk about our Hollywood stories. I always give you some type of Hollywood story while we are all still intertwined with each other here. So my Hollywood story today is about Wesley Snipes. Welcome back to the world of entertainment, Wesley Snipes. Yeah, you've been missed. From The Blade, 1, 2, 3, and then some. And then starring in the Dolomite movie with Eddie Murphy. Yeah, go Dolomite. I had a little scene in that Dolomite movie, the original one, The Sons of Dolomite, that Rudy Ray Moore actually did, the real one. I was one of the girls in the nightclub. It was really fun. He was a hoot to work with, but it was so cool when Eddie Murphy circled back, and now he's done this movie and brought Rudy Ray Moore's story to life. It is all good. But Wesley Snipes, hats off to you. Your comedy was really funny. You still remain one of the most handsome men in the industry. You are bold, and you have a real cool way of tickling the funny bone. Now, if you have Hulu, like Vudu, on Roku, Netflix, etc., if you have Hulu right now, Sugar Hill, Wesley Snipes is streaming on Hulu. That was my humble beginnings, my very first movie. I have a really cool scene after a 2-day shoot sitting behind Wesley Snipes. And you'll see me all in the camera, trying to make sure the camera sees me. I'm moving around and I'm all behind him. So every time they flip the camera to him, I'm right there over his shoulder. My very first movie, I learned how to work that camera. After that, I started getting the real deal, the speaking lines. But Wesley Snipes, out of a lot of the actors and entertainers that I've worked with over the years, he actually asked me, is this a hobby for you? Or is this a career? As we were eating lunch. And I said it was a career. And he shared some phenomenal advice with me. Thank you, Wesley Snipes, for being a part of my humble beginnings. All right, Jamila has just checked in. Hey, Jamila, how you doing? Another phenomenal woman, great mother. Ladies, I encourage you that whether you are a mother or not, whether you intend to have children or not, there is someone in the world that you have been motherly to or thought of as a mother. Perhaps you are only child and you have no brothers and sisters. There is someone in the world that considers you their brother or sister. Fathers, there is someone in the world that consider you a father. So when you got your Mother's Day and Diva Day and Father's Day, it's for everybody, really. So don't alienate yourself. I challenge you right now to check in on a loved one, someone you haven't heard from in a long time. Tell them that you love them, that you miss them. Give them some hugs and kisses and sprinkle some joy in their lives, because you have no idea what they're going through. Back in my humble days when I used to catch the bus to go places, yeah, I did that. I had a bicycle too. I used to ride on a bicycle, yeah. So I was sitting at a bus stop, and there was an elderly lady also sitting on the same bench with me. And my roots are from the South, so my grandmother would have smacked me in the head if I had sat there and said nothing. So I said, hello, ma'am, how are you today? And she looked at me and she goes, you know, there's been 4 people that sat next to me before you, and none of them said anything to me. And she goes, I was beginning to wonder if something was wrong with me. And I said, no, ma'am, nothing's wrong with you. I said, whether they had something on their minds or maybe they didn't want to bother you. I said, but it's okay because I said hi to you. And she goes, you know, that's right. You never know what your hello does to someone, what your smile does to someone. It takes less muscles in your face to get that smile. Oh, yeah, yeah. Get that smile and share it with somebody than it does for you to frown. So remember that the next time you looking at somebody and somebody's looking at you, a smile is contagious. And if they don't smile back, it's not because you didn't smile big enough. It's just simply because something might be wrong with that person. Don Anthony, thank you for checking in. Now, as I'm closing out, I am going to just recap real quick for those of you that just checked in to the Let's Talk About It with Minnie Foxx. And what we do on this particular show is talk about you. We talk about feelings, love, admiration, acceptance. We talk about entertainment and bringing that world together to help others. We talk about whatever there is to talk about. So you write the show, Mini Fox Talk Show. You give some ideas, give me some stories. I bring your story onto the show and we talk about it. At some point, we'll do the Instagram and maybe LinkedIn to catch on and we can start doing LinkedIn. But right now, we're bringing it live on Facebook for you. And soon, we'll be able to go back to our studio and film right on the couch and in the kitchen, bringing you some yummy, 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 delicious dining and chefs and food and drinks and things that we all used to do in the kitchen, having some fun. All right. Well, happy birthday once again, July babies. Now, Matt Hart Sr. and Matt Hart Jr., I encourage you to continue to do your father and son talk because it's different. And there's not father and son out there that I know that's doing what you guys are doing. So my hat's off to you as well. Hugs and kisses, as we say in my entertainment world, heels off, big stilettos. Knock it out. Do it right. All right. So father and son, as I mentioned earlier, you can find them on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Go to Father and Son Talk with the A-N-D in the middle. Father and Son Talk. Norvell Floyd and your crew with the Ways of the Soul. You all are making it happen. Please visit waysofthesoul.com. Subscribe. Visit also on YouTube and subscribe. Go to iTunes, buy the album. Right now on YouTube, you can see the first video clip coming from the album. And it's a series of music that intertwine into the video production to tell the story of the fated fantasies. Dreams do come true when you put forth hard work and effort. And I challenge you again, those entertainment moguls out there, as I said earlier, whatever it is you're doing in your world, you are a producer, director, you're a scout, you're an agent, whatever it is you're doing, you are a radio talk show host. Contact NJC Productions. Contact these young people. They only need the next level. They all ready to go. Videos, music, jazz, R&B, neo soul, hip hop, a little blues, and okay, a little rap too. These kids are awesome. And in our diva category today, the B Love story. May you rest in peace, my sister. You are truly missed. And ladies, just be encouraged. Stay focused on your love, who you are, and the empowerment that you have within. And you've heard me talk about that. That is something that nobody can ever take from you. That power within. So, although a lot of you are watching, as I can see, a lot of you are still on here, but no one has said what their flashback was, their moment back in time, something funny that happened to you, something that you want to share with us that was a fun story to you. None of you shared that. I'm scrolling back and I don't see that. I have to try and get my interaction with you because you don't want me to just sit here and talk, right? No, I want to find out more about you, more about you. So Matt Hart and Jarrell Phoenix, you are still watching, I can see. Is there anything that you want to chime in on to tell our viewers about your father and son talk? Go on and put it in so everybody can see it. You can also put in your links for Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Go on and pop it in there. That way when our viewers are watching after this live show, they will also have that information. Norvell Floyd, it says you're still watching. Please enter your Facebook, your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, your YouTube channel information so one can find you. Because what happens, everyone, we're all watching today, right now, this moment. And when I post, I also post in my other social media. So then people that didn't get an opportunity to see us right now will see us later. And that's the whole idea. So guys, make sure you post waysofthesoul.com and NJC Productions at gmail.com and the link to Faded Fantasy as you're getting started on YouTube. And father and son talk, post your Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's important. This show is all about you. Now, in closing, I want to thank everybody that chimed in. There are some of you that chimed in that gave me like a, oh my God, you responded. And that's so good. And it means so much to me because we're trying to grow the show and continue to make it great so we can have some cool things to talk about. You know, once in a while I get a little deep and I'll talk about what's going on in the world, but my real focus is on you. My real focus is on your heart and soul and where you are. And have you been hugged and kissed today? If you have not, receive this hug and kiss from me and mine because we love and care about you. Now, I want you to remember, if you have any concerns and you want to share your stories, write to the Mini Fox Talk Show at gmail.com. Tell us about it. Let us help spread your word and give you the vision, inspiration, and motivation that you need to be all that you can be, because it helps when we are all together. Tyrone Foxx, thank you for checking in. You are a phenomenal brother out there that's singing and entertaining. And oh, you don't see anybody do the Phantom of the Opera the way he does. I love Phantom of the Opera. He does a phenomenal production of Phantom of the Opera. Go to Tyrone Foxx, we call him T Fox. Go to his show on his Facebook Live and see what he's doing. Jonathan Colbert, thank you for checking in. I love that you guys are checking in, but you know, I need you to tell me your stories. So I guess some of you are just gonna write. I'm not good at begging, but you know what? Write to the show. Gotta give you something to laugh about. We talk about holding our head back and just laughing, because if you don't do that, your heart is just sitting there. You want your heart to feel that joy in the laughter of what you're doing. All right. So as I was saying, the rear view mirror is so small because the mirror is so big, and the blessings for you that's in that mirror is what you need to focus on. Focus on it and know that your heart and your love is strong because you are born. You are born with your power within. That is something nobody can ever take from you. Ever, 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 ever. No one can take your power within away from you. It's your God-given gift that thrives within your body. And you know, some people say, oh, God this, oh, God. We all pray to the same God. Remember that. No matter what your religion is, we all pray to the same God. No matter what you call him, Allah, Yahweh ben Yahweh, God, Buddha, whatever it is you call your God. Make sure you're strong in your faith to help you to become who you feel you need to be. Because all of us have a purpose of why we're here. And we need to embrace who we are. Michael Corn, thank you for checking in. A phenomenal single father that raised 3 daughters. So out there in the world, when you're talking about, oh, men can't raise children, he raised 3 daughters and a son. Sorry, that's 2 daughters and a son. He raised 2 daughters and a son. Sorry about that, Michael. But just an amazing father. Co-parent your kids, because your kids need you as much as you need them. Hey, Mindy, how you doing? How's your mom? Hope everything is going great. Now, as you move forward into that mirror of yourself, I just want you to remember that nothing, nothing, nothing in this world, nothing ever, ever, ever compares to you. Ever, nothing ever. Mm-mm. Nothing ever, ever compares to you. Remember that. I'm going to sign off and leave you with Prince. Oh, yeah. Call somebody today. Give somebody a hug and kiss. Let somebody know that you need them. Let them know that they need you. Nothing compares to you. All right, y'all. That's been my show. Thank you for tuning in. Foxx Live at gmail.com. Let's talk about it. On the saxophone, Kathy Jensen. Thank you so much. Flowers that you planted, baby, keep back young love. Home that when you in the